Welcome everyone to the Gardenguy channel. Today, Mr. Jonah Sellers over here, let me get through these branches, is gonna share with us
Howdy, howdy.
some tips and tricks. How many do you got for us, Jonah?
Well, I got a couple things to go over today, but I want to share with you a little bit about what I'm going to do to this birch tree. So this birch tree has two major things that need done to it today, and that is it needs elevating. So I'm going to bring it up probably about 8 to 10 feet from ground clearance. So that means you're going to be able to
come out here so you can see. Okay. Yeah, these are coming down to where the mowers are getting hit.
So as you can see, a lot of this tree has been neglected for a couple of years. It hasn't been trimmed properly. And so a lot of these branches have grown down, almost touching the ground. I mean, this one you can see is only a few inches away. Yep. So anytime a mower comes underneath, it whacks the guys. Me, who's 6 feet tall, I can't walk without hitting my head on a branch. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come in with a ladder and some other equipment, and I'm going to cut all the branches up to about 8 to 10 feet to give it plenty of clearance for anybody walking underneath or doing any kind of yard work underneath here. So that's the first thing I'm gonna do to it. The second thing I'm gonna do, if you look up in here, come look, Benj. You can see how dense this canopy is. Look how many branches are coming out, crossing over the main canopy right here. You've got branches everywhere. It's very thick, and it's almost too thick. It's not letting enough light through. Now, granted, this tree is about to lose its leaves because we're going into fall and about to go into winter. And so it's gonna be getting a little more light because of the loss of leaves. But in the spring, if I were to leave all these branches, they would all leaf out and be incredibly thick and cause problems for the tree. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come in, since the tree's about to go dormant, this is the best time to do it, and I'm gonna thin out all these branches that are unnecessary, because it doesn't need all these. That's just a lot of extra work for the tree to try to keep up with all these branches. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut back some of these smaller ones that are coming out of the center, and I'm gonna leave these big, strong branches to provide the nourishment that the tree needs and photosynthesize the sunlight from the sun. Yeah. So I'm going to try to leave the strongest branches and take away some of the weak ones, the ones that are crossing over, the ones that just don't belong there. And so really my goal is to give this tree room to breathe. You know, it's like sometimes when you take off a really thick coat on a hot day, or it might have started out really cold. You take the coat off because it got warm, and you just you breathe. Feels nice, you know, because you feel like you were kind of suffocated. That's what I'm going to do to the tree. It's like taking off its coat, make it feel really good.
Nice.
So that's what I'm going to do to this tree. So right here, as you can see, earlier we came in and we cut this branch off. Now, I didn't cut it exactly where I wanted it because at the time I didn't have the tools necessary.
Yeah, we just wanted for this pathway.
Yes, we just wanted these branches out of the way so that we could lay this pathway. But now that I'm here, I have the proper equipment. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna cut this back at the base. I'm gonna thin some of these smaller branches out, and I'm gonna create, the tree's gonna be a little bit lopsided. It's gonna be very thick towards the road.
I mean, honestly, the original people planted it too close to the house.
They
should have been about 10 feet more out, or at least 6.
Because this is, I believe this is a type of eastern pine. It could be a spruce. I'm not exactly sure because it's not native to here. It's obviously been planted for landscaping purposes, but he's right. It has been planted way too close to the house. Yeah. As you can see, it's only been planted about not even 4 feet from the house. Yeah. And a tree this size, which is going to continue to get bigger, you want to plant at least 10 feet from the house. Yeah. So it's been planted too close, so we're going to have to prune it so that it can work with this walkway. Yeah. But it has plenty of foliage, and it's very well established. So cutting off some of this foliage here is not going to harm it. Yeah. It's going to be fine.
And also the owner didn't want it coming towards the house too much.
Yeah. So she didn't want it towards the house, and she didn't want it in the walkway.
She wants some of this off too, the ones that are touching the gutter.
Yeah. And we'll take care of that today.
Awesome.
So the last tree that we're going to work on today is this weeping cherry. Now this one you have to prune a little bit differently. As you can tell, there are a lot of crossovers and a lot of dead branches in this tree. Now I'm going to do my best to remove all the dead branches that I can, but I obviously cannot take out all the crossovers. This type of tree is designed and cultivated to have all of these hooping branches, arching branches that that cross over one another to create almost an umbrella effect.
Like a dome.
So what I am going to do though is I'm going to go in, because as you can see down here we have some larger branches coming off the base, and we don't want that. We want all of our main branches to come up from the top and then come out and arch down.
Yeah.
So I'm going to
I'm
going to be taking this whole branch out. I'm going to be taking some of the smaller ones out right there.
Yeah, I like that.
And I'm going to be evening.
Those right there.
Yes. I'm going to be evening out the canopy about a 8 to 10 inches above this grass here.
Yeah.
I'm going to be coming up about like this, and I'm going to come in a little bit to get this off of the sidewalk. Nice. And really shape it up.
Yeah.
Just to make it look good again.
Yeah.
And I'm going to take this guy out because this is a hackberry that has grown up in next to the weeping cherry, and he does not belong here.
No.
All right.
Awesome, Jonah. So 2 tips pretty much. What was the 2 tips?
This is an average tree that has been neglected for a couple of years, and the 2 main things you want to do to it are clearance and thinning.
Okay.
You want it to be able to breathe, and you don't want people getting whacked in the face by branches.
You want people to keep breathing too.
Exactly.
Nice.
And then for trees that are too close to the house, you want to give them 2 to 5 feet of clearance off the house. Trees that are designed to arch and weep like this one,
Yeah.
you can't eliminate all crossovers, but you do want to maintain the umbrella shape that they are designed to have.
Yeah. So you can thin out some.
You can thin out some, but don't thin out too much.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. I think it's going to bless some folks. They might post some comments, questions. Y'all post whatever you want to. Ask Jonah. He's a tree expert. All things trees and wood chips. Ask him questions, and he will pop in there with some comments in the comment section. Thank you, Jonah.
Yes, sir.
Jonah's making some progress. Got all this cleared off. Looking so much more thin up there.
How we looking, Benj?
Looking really good, brother.
I can't tell from in here.
Looking very good.
I'm about to get down and see what how she's looking from the outside.
I like it. Very thinned out, very breathable now.
Nice.
Good job.
There's always usually a few little spots here and there, so once I get down, I'll be able to have a better view of what needs to be tweaked.
Okay, I'm gonna load all this brush on. Looks good through here where Jonah cleaned it off of the house, and we can walk through now. Good job, Jonah. Hey, Jonah, tell us how it's going.
All right, sir. Well, we are almost finished up with this weeping cherry here, and as you can tell, he's looking a lot better.
Oh yeah, he's got a haircut and all kinds of cuts. He's looking a lot better.
Yeah, we thinned him out a little bit, and as you can tell, there's still some thick spots because a lot of this is all live brush.
It needs to be
and it's intermingled, but we've given it back its natural umbrella shape. And we've come in and we've cut some of the brush off of this monkey grass here, and we've cut away everything that was growing out of the base of the stump because we don't want that. We want the tree to grow up and then loop over like this.
Yes.
So we have thus restored its beauty.
Well done, sir.
Thank you, sir. So the birch, as you can see, it looks a lot different. So I went in and I gave it about 8 to 10 foot of clearance so that anybody can walk underneath it, and anybody who's coming to cut the grass or anything is not going to hit their head on any branches.
Yeah.
And as you can tell, if you can look up into the canopy, you can see everything.
Let's go where we pretty much were last time. We were like right
We
here.
were right about here.
These are coming down to where the mowers are getting hit.
You've got branches everywhere. It's very thick, and it's almost too thick. It's not letting enough light through. Look at that. You can see the sky through the branches.
Nice.
You can see so much more than you could before. And the awesome thing is, aside from these big cuts right here, it doesn't look like anything was done to the tree.
No.
It doesn't look like I came in with loppers and just hacked away at it.
No.
It looks like it grew this way.
Selective trimming.
It's selective pruning to keep the natural form of the tree. You want to keep the tree's uniqueness while encouraging it to grow in that shape.
Yeah.
And
Beautiful.
so what we've done is we've opened it up, given it room to grow, because we want it to grow. So we gave it room to grow. And we lifted it up so that it's not drooping down so low and getting in the way of the yard. It opens the yard up so you can actually enjoy your front lawn.
See right there, let me back up. I mean, you were like hitting your head and everything.
It was like being in a jungle, and now
it's
field.
Beautiful. Well done, sir. You're saving trees every day.
Trying.
Also, right there looks good.
Yep.
Cleaned it
Took
off
it off the house about 2 or 3 feet.
But it doesn't look like you just like totally sheared it off. You know, that would have not been the best thing for the plant or the look of the landscape.
No, I left some of the branches and left kind of a curve that kind of goes with the natural form of the house.
Yeah.
You can see the branches are kind of following the parallel of the roof, but also we left some branches that flare out this way, so that it's not just straight cut like this.
Yeah.
So if you're driving up, you still see branches, and if you're driving down, you still see branches.
Yeah.
You only see this open spot when you come up to it, when you're either coming from that direction or you actually walk up to it.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Thank you, sir.
High five. Thanks for your tips, Jonah.
Yes, sir.